at the Matzy Dining Hall here getting some food. Had to grab carbs, 2 sources of it. Always have a couple different choices. And then some greens, obviously. And then the main dish, some protein with chicken and more vegetables. All right, Logan, what's your thoughts on the Matzy Dining Hall?
I personally really love the Matzy Dining Hall that we have here. They give us breakfast and lunch 5 days a week, all throughout the semester, both semesters. And I really like the fruit bar that we have. They always have lots of fresh fruit. I love the pans that they have. You can go and make eggs, put whatever veggies you want in it. They always have lots of good drinks, good food.
What are your thoughts on the Matzy Dining Hall?
Man, just I have so much love for the Matzy Dining Hall. Always serving super nutritious and things can help me get to my goals in life. Performance enhancing foods here.
Would you say it correlates to how you are able to perform in your athletic career?
I would say definitely. They always make sure they have good protein, good carbs, they have lots of veggies. So every meal is kind of set up. They have like protein at the beginning, a couple different options. You'll have like chicken or steak or something like that. Then you'll always have good carbs, whether it's rice, or pasta, or rolls, or whatever it is. And they have veggies to get your vitamins and minerals. And then, like I said before, you have the fruit bar, so you can always get your other vitamins like vitamin C, stuff like that. Fresh eggs. So I would say it definitely giving me the macros I need to make good decisions to fuel my performance for sure.
Nice.
Who am I here with today?
Carson Wright.
And how do you feel like the dining halls in the zoo are healthy?
I don't think the most healthy. I mean, they have a lot of options, but for the most part, like if I want something that's nutritional and very good, I can't find it anywhere.
Who am I here with?
I'm Zane Zubek.
How do you feel with the dining hall? Is that in the zoo?
It made me sick. I think I'm sick because of it.
Do you think it's healthy for you?
No.
Who am I here with?
My name's Keelan Johnson.
How do you feel about the dining halls in the zoo?
I think the dining hall food is pretty good. It's not the healthiest because a lot of it's fried and has lots of fats, but I think it's pretty good.
Who am I here with?
Jackson Mom.
And how do you feel about the dining halls in the zoo?
I think the salad bar is pretty nice, but besides that, like everything else is pretty weak. So yeah.
Do you feel like the food's not that healthy?
No, it's not very healthy. Like, and a lot of times the salad bar is kind of shit. So.
Who am I here with?
I'm Emily.
How do you feel about the dining hall food at Missouri?
It's actually not really that good, honestly. I want something better, and I want to go home to eat better food because I don't like it. It's not that healthy. They don't really have that much like fruit, so it could be better with having some bananas and some actual like cuties or things like that. So.
Who are you?
My name's Alex Reed.
How do you feel about the dining hall food at Missouri?
The dining hall food, I mean, it's okay. There's like, some of it's alright, but some of it's also kind of crappy too. I mean, the pizza at some of them ain't that great. It's like bowling alley pizza. Get a chicken and rice, but the past couple times I've gotten it, there's been no soy sauce. Low-key ticking me off. They have a good special for like chicken and mashed potatoes. That's about the only time I like to go there though.
Do you feel like the dining hall food is healthy?
Healthy? I mean, I don't know. It's whatever they cook, man. I mean, they have a couple like healthier options. Like you go to like some of the specials area, they got vegetables or something like that. But I mean, I'm not the one that tries to eat spiced quinoa or whatever the heck they got serving.
So on a typical day, Robert, how many meals do you eat in the dining hall and at which times?
1 to 2, and it's either
like lunch
and dinner, or lunch or dinner.
Okay, cool. And then when you go to the dining hall, what do you usually get there?
I usually get their daily option or chicken and rice.
Okay. Do you think the food you eat in the dining hall is healthy, somewhat healthy, or unhealthy?
Unhealthy.
Why?
it's not fresh, and the sodium count.
And then when you're choosing what to eat, what matters more to you? Taste, convenience, or health?
For me, health.
Okay. Do you ever look at the nutrition info, like calories, sodium, macros, at the dining hall?
Yes, I do.
If you had unlimited options and time, would you eat differently than you do now at the dining hall?
What?
So if you have unlimited options and time, would you eat like differently at the dining hall? Like, would you eat more food, maybe?
If I had unlimited options, so if I had every food in the dining hall?
Yeah, would you
Yes,
like...
I would eat differently.
Okay. And then, do you notice the food from the dining hall affecting your energy, mood, or ability to focus in class?
No.
Okay. That's all we have for you. Thank you, Robert, for your time.
Of course.
Have a great rest of your day. Bye.
When I started looking into how diet choices differ between athletes and non-athletes in college, I realized there's a third group people don't think about: club athletes. They train hard, compete consistently, and push themselves, almost like varsity athletes, but they don't get access to the same athlete dining hall or fueling stations, since they rely on the same dining hall as regular Mizzou freshmen. I wanted to know how that affects their ability to fuel, recover, and perform. So I texted several club athletes and asked them about their experience, and their answers lined up almost perfectly with what the research says. The first thing I asked was whether the main dining halls give them enough options to fuel for practices and competitions. One club athlete told me no, the only nutrition-based stations are the grill or the salad bar. They're the only places you can get good quality food for athletic purposes. Another person had a different take, saying that all-you-can-eat places like Plaza and Southwest give plenty of options, but it still takes extra effort to find food that sits well before training. That matches findings in the Journal of Academic College Health, which showed that dining halls often encourage rushed, inconsistent eating and don't always offer predictable pre-workout meals, even when the calories are there. The quality and consistency of fueling options vary day to day. I also asked how not having access to the athlete-focused dining halls affects their training and recovery. One person said it directly limits their ability to gain muscle, recover properly, and match their performance gains varsity athletes get. They said it can even lead to more fatigue and injury because they don't have the recovery-based food options. Another athlete told me the varsity athletes can grab protein shakes, bars, and electrolytes whenever they want, but he has to piece that together from whatever the dining halls happen to have. According to the PMC University Food article, when students don't have predictable access to nutrient-dense food, their energy and performance are inconsistent, which is exactly what these athletes describe. Then I asked what the hardest part is about trying to eat like a high-level athlete, using only regular dining hall food. One athlete said the biggest problem is actually the crowd. So many students want high-protein meals that lines get long and certain items run out fast. Another said the biggest issue is the lack of control. As a runner, they need predictable carbs and lean protein, but dining hall meals are inconsistent, sometimes small in portion, and often include fried foods that don't sit well before a workout. The Eating to Win article made the same point. When athletes shift from unpredictable meals to structured nutrient-dense fueling, their energy and performance improve dramatically. I also asked whether they feel at a disadvantage compared to varsity athletes. One of them said yes, they're training almost as hard but with fewer resources. Another said they understand why varsity athletes get those resources. Their programs pay for them, but it still creates a noticeable gap in recovery and performance. Finally, I asked what changes would help. Their answers weren't too far-fetched. They said more consistent lean protein options, more whole grain carbs, and maybe small fueling-focused stations for club athletes that would make a huge difference. One person even mentioned that students don't know about things like net nutrition, so just advertising those tools could help athletes plan better. Overall, talking to club athletes showed me how the dining hall environment affects performances. They're trying to fuel like high-level athletes, but they're working with the same options as everyone else. And the research backs up exactly how big an impact that can have. Even small differences in food access and consistency can change energy levels, recovery, and overall performance.